title. Sean probably doesn't even know why that's the title. Did you see the title of the live stream? Hashtag viral, hashtag live stream. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
Hashtag viral, hashtag live stream.
Are we viral?
No, but there's someone who thinks that if they hashtag that, they'll go viral.
I like it.
So it was a funny haha.
Oh, I see it.
Listen, you guys. Look what I have in my favorite shirt.
This easy access.
Easy access. Hello, Paula. How are you? We have a lot of notifications. So they are, the chickens are currently, the hens, I guess it's springtime, so the hens are fighting with each other.
Yeah.
It's not even the roosters fighting, it's the hens.
The hoes are fighting.
We're like, Tiny, get your hoes in line. They are whooping each other's
And
butts.
you know, Tiny is like Cody Brown.
He really is.
He's like Cody Brown. He's got all his like hens running around fighting with each other.
He can't handle any of them.
And they're all smart eyeing him, going like, "Can you talk to her?" And he's like, "No,
No, I don't. Why would
I'm not
I want
talking
to do
to
that?
her. What do I need to do that?" And waiting for, to get a hit television show. You notice when Mandi and I sit down, we go live, but then we're messing with our phones. And
Well,
try to get
because
everything.
I can't ever get the I can't ever get it to go to the right screen. See that?
What's wrong with that? That's the last
Hey.
one we did, isn't it?
Why'd we call it an apology stream?
I told you why. We discussed it.
You'll have to tell me later. I don't remember. Oh, now I know.
Yeah.
So I'll just sit on this for a second. Hey, Clancy, it's good to see you.
Let me see this.
If
There's
you
a lot
make-
of people going live tonight all through the course. I look like I have sunburn. Look at me.
You do? Were you out in the sun?
No,
You weren't out in the sun?
I wasn't.
Well, anyways, view channel. Now I got it. Okay, so our thumbnail is our Barred Rock Rufus. You could probably go the rest of your life without knowing that. But he's our baby one. You know what I mean? Hey, it's good to see you, Katie. Midwest Wicked. Nice. I changed my tag to nice.
Oh, look. I need to get out of this troll account.
He said that's his hello thing. It's good to see you,
Yeah,
Katie.
no, I'm not really in that.
No. Now I can see. I see Moxie, Paula, Stitching. Hello. It's good to see you. I hope you, like I said, take notice of our title. We are going to manifest it. Hey, Loretta.
Chiclet said, "When do y'all stream again?" It's right now, Chiclets. It was a comment I'm trying to get.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, so we've got some cool folks here. We always do.
We do. Let's see. I'm trying to.
You guys, today I went to Home Depot. It was pretty weather. And I went to Home Depot and I got these. Paula's the one that got me on them. Those curved stones. You can make like a fire pit with them. Well, so I hauled them like all home and put them on. And I can't figure out the finishing touch to make it. It's not going to be a fire pit. It's going to be a flower pot thing.
It's gonna be a fire pit.
But
I might turn it into.
The thing that confuses me is at Home Depot, they have pictures of each of these things you may want to create and what the top part to finish it off. And you look and go, oh, that's how that's done. It takes a tremendous number of rocks. You don't really understand how many it takes till you start doing it.
When I was at work and you
Hey,
texted
Sarah.
me, you said it's a nice day, which means Home Depot. I thought you might want to spend more money there.
No,
And I was like,
I'm thrifty.
I wonder. But then I had no idea the fire pit was the thing.
Well, it's gonna be. Well, it was gonna
How
be a
much
flower
does those
box.
rocks cost? The
Hey,
stones.
Jen. Clancy went fishing, but only the turtles were biting.
See, it's still cold right now.
Does it suck when the turtles?
I'm surprised the
take
turtles were. Well, it's Texas. He's in Texas, right? You're in Texas.
Yes.
It's a little warmer there
Make it big.
than
Okay, so there we go.
What you got to do, Clancy, in March is you got to
Mama Ricky.
find the coves and find the riverbeds and try to get down in there. There'll be some catfish down in there.
There will. That's what we need to do this summer. More fishing. I was watching Little Jeremy _ and clicked it. Little Jeremy has a palace. He has like a parakeet palace. Did you see Paula's post?
I'll have to
She
go
got
look
like
at it.
something, and I was going, damn, that's a nice outfit for the
Well, I
parakeet.
mean,
Hey, yoga,
That's her dude, though.
landscape
you know.
stuff.
Really is. So how much do those rocks cost?
Oh, $2.28.
But that adds up.
It does add
Because
up.
you probably need what, like 40 of them to really do what you want to do.
I got like 18 today.
Yeah. You need at least that many more.
And it was, I know how to lift those things to put them on the flat cart where I kind of set it down, hanging off the edge a little so that it doesn't catch my nail, and then I move it over. There were so many chauvinists that were like the workers, not just regular guys. Good, you want me to help you load those? And I was like, no, I got it. I was like, I'm gonna have to take it out when I get home anyway. And I'm like, and they were like, those nails are gonna, and I was like, don't, I can do it. The nails are
Just
okay.
telling me this so that I'll feel some. I just walked up, tapped you right on the ass, and said, "Scoot over, Toots. Why don't you go in there and make me a sandwich?"
No, that was the Dunkin' Donuts one.
I'd be like, "Get over there, you get in there and make me a sandwich. I'll get these."
No, but it really was like, they always want to help. If I'm looking for like hardware and stuff, it's like, they're always like, do you need help finding anything? No, I got it. Or if I go up to them when Sean and I are together and I ask a question about like a tool or something, they go to answer to Sean. And I'm like,
she'll ask the question. And when they look at me, I'm sitting there going, I don't know.
You do know
charge. But a lot of times I don't.
But you went after you saw the little pit, you got it, understood it more.
But see, that's your vision more than it's mine.
I want to build something that the chickens can't get up on, eat it. You guys listen. We've got some people down the street that have made these huge flower pots at the end of their driveway with flowers and things, and like really, really tasteful with like a solar light in it. It is just a matter of time until our chickens hop their fat ass up on to the thing and start eating. I know. They haven't done anything with it yet.
I'll have to go down there and offer them eggs.
Loretta, we're crazy. They're just hitting on you, trust me. The people at Home Depot. Shoot, I should get a job there. I'd spend everything on a discount. Clancy says, that's a good idea, Sean. I've never actually thought to do that. I fish from the bank.
Yeah, well, see, that's cool. You got to find where the riverbed is in there, because it's still kind of cold. I know the water temperature here is like 50 degrees, which is super cold. People think 50 degrees air temperature is the same as 50 degrees water temperature. It's not.
Yes, our rogue chickens are crazy. Mandy and Sean, do you mind being a part of my favorite YouTuber spotlight? I would love it. We would love it. Polly, your spotlight is coming up soon as well. Just tell me what we need to do. If you need whatever you need, we'll gladly do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
We're a bit boring. Yeah.
We're very boring.
Well, let me tell you something. When I'm leaving the neighborhood, because I go get a latte at Dunkin' Donuts every single morning, I go to leave the neighborhood, and our chickens are just everywhere. People have learned to just beep at them or whatever. And I'm like, why are they way down there? And you're like, they come out of the courtyard and sprint, right?
They do. So as soon as I let them out at about 8:30. They run right past me. And I have their first plate of food like at the door. I've learned to put it there. Some of them run straight past all the food up there. Then they kind of stop and look around and then turn around and come running straight back down to the food.
Like they forgot.
Yeah.
Stitching talking about ice fishing. That would be cool. I'm just using your pick. Make it. Yeah, we would love that.
Listen to them. Yoga Pants is like, I hear you. Ice fishing was terrible in Minnesota. That's, to me, I'm a lazy fisherman. I will tell anybody, like, in like when we fish in the ocean, like fish, they literally are scared of me. Like the word gets around that I'm fishing, and most of them hide. But like something like fly fishing, ice fishing, I mean, that's work, man. You've got to get out there, drill a hole in the ice, put a little hut. That's what I've heard. And then some of them put a hut over the hole.
That's what I've heard.
And then they'll sit in the hole with like a little heater. Then that ice has got to be super thick. Because imagine sitting over a body of water that's frozen with a heater. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Clancy got a pellet. His last purchase was one of those pellet grills. That's why you don't work at Sephora. Yes, I've thought about getting a job at Ulta before. I just can't do it. I mean, it would have to all go to there. You know what I mean?
It'd be like me getting a job in a baseball card shop. I had a little part-time job at an auction house before. And it didn't pay like $10 an hour, you know, but I'd go like on a Friday and Saturday when I had nothing going on, and I'd just walk around with the tray and stuff. So if we did it for 3 or 4 hours, it like $40 or $50.
Walk around with a tray.
Yeah, you know when they're auctioning stuff, you walk around.
Oh, I
show
thought
the
you meant
item.
like hors d'oeuvres or something. I was
And,
like,
but
Sean,
I
you
would-
probably look so cute, dude.
When I got done working there, everything I made that night would be for something that I won, and plus I'd have to give more money to them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Those of you so Sean did tell me when we started talking about the fish being scared of him. And I was like, at first I thought that he really thought the fish were scared of him because he's such a good fisher.
Well,
And I'm still not convinced that that's not the case.
we went out fishing in Galveston, and we were sitting on the pier, and Mandi, after a few minutes, we hadn't caught a fish, and you know sometimes they're just not biting it. But she was like, "We're not catching any fish." I said, I should have snuck up on them
Hey,
because
Logan.
we ate dinner out in Galveston, and then we got in our hotel room. The word gets around that I'm there.
That you're there.
Yeah, so they're like, "Don't."
In OBX, he caught one fish in the evening.
It's the only fish out there, guys.
But no one else caught fish. So even though it wasn't a huge fish,
I caught the only fish that swam by.
I didn't even know that fishing from the bank was a thing till you.
Clancy fishes from the bank.
No, but I mean in the ocean.
You mean from the pier?
Like surf. No.
Oh, fishing in the
yeah.
bank.
Whatever it's
They're
called.
so cute.
What's it called?
From the surf. It's called fishing in the surf.
Do you hear that sound?
Hear that?
That's our dishwasher.
It'll go off like 5 times.
Every time it goes to a new cycle, it does it.
They put a new part in our dishwasher, and it sets the alarm off every time that it changes the cycle.
Oh my goodness. Hey, Karen.
The last thing that we do before we go to bed is not turn the dishwasher on, because for about 2 hours it goes off like every 10 minutes.
So she's Midwest. I mean, Katie stopped fishing when she caught a gar.
Yeah.
What is a gar? I mean, an alligator.
An alligator gar. Yeah. Hey, Melinda. I caught those when I was in Kansas.
Melinda, I didn't see you.
When I lived in Kansas, they had a lot of gar there. They're pretty easy to catch.
Are they?
Yeah,
But they're not good eating?
No. They got like scales, and they're like long, skinny fish and all that.
Clancy got a reprint of a portrait of General Lee and his entire army crossing into Pennsylvania before the Battle of Gettysburg. Very cool.
Wow.
That's a piece of history right there. So, Sarah said
he said that
she
because it was
loves
the
to
coolest thing he ever got at an auction.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
thought
that
at
part.
first, Clancy, I was going to say it's very random, but the auction, I get it.
I'm the queen of
I get it,
random.
yeah.
Nobody can be the queen of random except
Queen of a lot of things.
I was telling Loretta and Karen today, I was like, you guys, you know what? We had dinner an hour ago, and I'm making bacon. And I was like, that's how I roll. And they didn't miss a beat. They were like, oh yeah, bacon can be a snack anytime.
You guys
Like,
are the best
right
friends.
on.
Really, Loretta and Karen were going, that bitch is making bacon 1 hour after, really? But they're really good friends. You know they were. They have their own little private little chat where they're like, what that bitch doing right now? She's making
bacon. Yeah, it's crazy. But so that was that. Now that I've discovered a better brand of bacon that y'all have probably known this for years, a thicker bacon, and it makes it cooks better. I used to get the center cut bacon, and they're kind of shrimpy. I'm
telling you this, guys. So if we go to the store and we're on a budget, we need to get like 10 things, but maybe we have $40. The first thing we do is get the bacon and get it out of the way, because Mandy's going to buy a $15 chunk of bacon.
Hey, Melissa, and I have no idea what's going on. I know. I see Melissa a few places that she trolls. It makes me laugh a little bit.
So Diane went live at 8, right?
Yeah, and
So I don't.
What's it about, you guys?
We're going to have to watch the replay because I like watching
Is
Diane.
it the same old, same old?
Probably.
Well, we didn't
There's different people. There's literally a few people live right now. So we were like, numbers won't be great, but everybody can go and watch everybody else tonight. There'll be a lot of replaying with the other people that are going to go live tonight. So.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
Melissa, I remember what one of the troll comments are. What's her name? The beast was on her elliptical and like going or stairs. And Melissa said, wow, that machine's really working hard, or something like that. Machine sounds like it's really
burning the bearings off of it.
Hey, chicklets. It was funny.
There's Chicklets. Chicklets, did you hear me answer your...
Brown sugar.
I answered your comment. You said, when are you guys going to be live next? And I said, right now.
Yeah, so brown sugar on pepper sounds good. It's also, you can get those, are they scallops? Water chestnuts. And you wrap bacon around them.
But aren't water chestnuts really, they're chestnuts, right? They're nuts.
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
But you wrap them in bacon and put a toothpick through them, and you marinate them in brown sugar and pineapple juice, and then you bake them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Y'all ever had those? Do you think they sound good?
I'd take the bacon off around from the
I know,
water
a
chestnut.
lot of people do that. Yeah, she said it sounded like a moose on a treadmill. That's what I was like, oh, wow.
But I got a question for the crowd before we address a little bit of drama. Is y'all's mail all fucked up where you guys are at too?
All fucked up.
I want to know, is your mail slow as messed up? I think it's a nationwide thing. I'll explain.
Yeah, it's an issue. It's a whole thing. Mm-hmm. What's going on with it?
Well, so in our area of the woods, we got a new little place. It's in Palmetto, Georgia. So like if you look at your tracking and it ended up in Palmetto, Georgia, it's going to stay there for a few days. I think this is nationwide. The trucking agencies that are contracted by the post office. So they're like all over the country. There's like different trucking. A lot of those, they have taken their contracts away. And, or their contracts expired and they did not renew them, and they did that on purpose. So now the post office is trying to deliver from the depots to the post offices before they get to you. They're trying to do that with post office trucks. Well, guess what? The post office is unionized. I don't have a whole lot of faith in unions. I don't like them, but we have them in the post office. So with the post office has negotiated pretty good sick day packages for people. My vacation package is pretty good. Sick pay. So postal employees, they just call out. Unless you're
I'm laughing at what they're saying about the mail people. Yoga says her mail lady keeps holding her mail. If she doesn't take it out of the mailbox and she comes the next day and sees it in there, she holds my mail.
Do you get a lot of mail, Yoga? I mean, she shouldn't do that.
It says, I love my mailwoman. I know it's not her fault, but at all. So I don't bitch about it, but it's killing me. It's messed up.
It's messed up right now.
It's real
And so if you're working at post offices that have lobbies, like the lowest level post offices, where they distribute, where the mail trucks are, that's where people are coming. Then they're coming and they're asking, and it's like the Wall Street Journal, right? It's a daily publication. We were getting the Wall Street Journal like a week at a time. And people are mad about that.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I guess you can't look online for that sort of thing. Loretta says that her mail keeps ending up at the neighboring town's post office. Oh my God. Another thing for y'all to remember is if your Amazon person puts your Amazon package, because it's small or whatever, but puts it in the mailbox, not the one that the post office brings, because they contract too, but when Amazon brings it, if you have a stickler of a mail person, they will take it out and put it in the post office, because there's not supposed to be
what
anything
she's
in
saying
it.
is, other than the post office using your mailbox, FedEx can't use it, Amazon can't use it, DHL can't use it. And if the postal employee opens up a mailbox and there's an Amazon package in it, they'll take it out and take it to the post office. Now, people get really pissed at that, but they'll go, we're going to go to the cops. No, cops are like, read the fine print.
No, but explain this to me. How does it belong to the post office if you buy it and put the damn thing in the ground? Then how is it the post office?
Okay, so if somebody, it's not the property of Amazon. It's for the post office. It's for postal use. I'm just telling you.
No, I get it, but it's not property of the post office.
Well, it's your property, but okay, so if you say you don't have a mailbox, the mailman won't just take it and put it in your door.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy. Anyway, it's crazy times right now, and we have to deal with them.
Sean says that he's like, they come in wanting to know where their express mail is several times, all these people. He goes, and I just stand there and say, as nice as I can, and say, I understand. And they're like, no, you don't. And he's like, I do.
I do.
If I could do something about it, I would.
I've had it a couple of times over the last week where somebody is standing there, and I'm talking to them about their mail, and they're talking about how bad their mail is, and I'm talking to them back about it, and other people just get out of line because they're doing the same thing.
Hey, Black Dragonfly. Hey, just keep it real. Yeah, it's interesting, and like when Sean, he'll talk about certain people that come in and yell every couple of weeks, and they know that they're coming in to yell and to freak out.
We see them in the parking lot.
And y'all start running.
See, I'm not always up front. I don't always work up front. I work all over the place, but everybody has their people too. Like there's somebody that I can deal with particularly better than somebody else. They'll come get me. They'll be like, Sean, be like, what? Mrs. Jones is here, or Mr. Whatever is here. And I go, like, hold on, I got to go talk to Mrs. Jones about why. Keep telling her again that,
Okay, so this is Just Keep It Real. Oh boy, well, I'm glad you weren't fooled by her constant lies and came over to see her
Just Keep It Real says I'm in Georgia. My mail's been fine. We
appreciate you. Oh, I think, did you come over from the other side? Hey, Crochetter, how are you? Yeah, you can, Sean, tell them the best way to complain if they need to complain. Like, what attitude to have?
Me or them?
Them.
Well, it depends on what they're complaining about. Here's the thing. If you have something that's super important, don't just put a stamp on it and put it in the mail. You might have to pay the extra. It's like $5 to make it a certified letter, or if you want to send something ground, it's about $6. But if it's super important, do it. Because if you guys come in or anybody comes in and goes,
bring food.
I haven't got my mail, or I haven't got my water bill. And I'm like, okay, well, where's my water bill? I mean, it's in the fucking mail somewhere. And they're like, but I can't. And so you want me, so I'll just say to them, I can't find that because it doesn't have a tracking number on it. Now, when people come to me and go, I mailed out paychecks, and first of all, I'm like, why are you mailing paychecks? Anyway, but that's important. And people are just used to throwing a stamp on a paycheck or some important document and sending it. And then when it's not getting there in time, that, they have a problem, and they should. So I'm telling people, and they get mad sometimes. I say a couple things when there's like, I put my power bill, I put my check in the mail, or I paid my power bill.
The red eye.
And didn't ever got there. I said, well, just take your ass online and fucking pay it. I say that. I don't say with the F word, but I suggest, and they're like, and they have a right to be mad. They're like, but you're the post office. I said, I know, but you just paid 68 cents. 68 cents for a stamp. And yes, we get it. It should happen. But if it's not, instead of having your power turned off, pop online and pay your bill before your power gets. Or do it on your phone.
Or go to the office.
Right. Or do that. And it's a lot of older people that just never really got into the internet or don't pay their bills online. They come in every month, they buy a bunch of money orders, and they mail all their bills. Those are the ones that are really starting to have the problems. And we're having to give them very rudimental classes on their iPhones about how to pay their bills on their phone.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to pay my bill? I said, well, you got an Android or not? And I get their phone, and I said, here's the app. And a lot of them are like, oh my God, and they do. But so anyway, there's a problem nationwide right now with mail. Just want you to know. So when people say I'll pick the 2-day, the 2-day priority, I was like, there's no 2-day. It says 2-day right here. I was like, and you can trust that, or I'm telling you, there's no reason that I would tell you that it's not 2 days if it was. Trust me, I don't want to tell you, but that's more like 5 days.
Hold on.
And they're like, so what about overnight? I said, there's no overnight. It's like 48 hours.
I got to read this. Sarah says, just keeping it real. They really are. And TT was absolutely disgusting to Sean. But when someone comes over and sees for themselves, they usually stay with us.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Guys,
And they said that
if there's new people in here that haven't heard me say it before, if you want to go over there and watch that, because it's an excellent case study, watching us like a psychopathic ape or whatever it is, go ahead. That's what the internet's for. But I have never, ever, I tell people all the time, every so often, man, you'll say when they get worried about something that happens over there, I just say, don't worry. The whole county, the whole town, the police force, the EMS, everybody knows who she is.
The medical facilities.
Everything.
The ERs.
Everybody. The attorneys, all that. We're going to talk about like legal stuff tonight. I think maybe. In a minute.
Maybe not. We'll see. No, I'm just kidding. We are. But I was Karen sent her eggs first class overnight. Oh, you did? You sent it express? I didn't. I know we got it quick. And now we have.
She did send it express?
We've had, I think so. She must have.
They came in like 2 days.
So those of you who don't know, most of you do, but I don't know if like Princess Fortunate and Melissa knew. Karen mailed us eggs from her flock, and we hatched them in an incubator.
And we live on opposite coasts, just to keep it very general.
Yeah. So we have one that's named Casey, which stands for Karen's chick. It is an adventurous loner, smart. She was even coming under the door from her brooder, going visiting other rooms.
She's out there like canning mealworms for the apocalypse and all kinds of stuff.
And then we have Uggo the rooster.
I
and
think
one more. There's another one.
Of the eggs that Karen sent us, I think we have 3, right, that made it to adulthood. One of our roosters, Uggo, who's a brown, he's like a chocolate brown egger. That's just the Easter egger. Then we have Casey, and I think she's sort of, I don't know if, do you have Americanas in your flock?
She's
Karen?
got
Because
she's got a beard.
She's got the Americana beard on her. And then there's another, the third one is also an all black chicken that is just like they're eggers, but I don't know what their breeds are. So we have 3 of the Karen, our friend Karen, that has sent us the eggs that we hatched.
Isn't that cool? I was thinking, I'm going to make a video, no, but y'all aren't speaking truth about any, y'all.
She just said no. I don't know what I asked her.
I didn't even say anything about them today, Blonde PT. I haven't said anything about them today.
We haven't mentioned them at all. So
how can it be misinformation? But that's fine. Yeah, you're totally.
Hell, let's pin that because that's okay. See, I'm telling you, we're just always relevant. I mean, someone's going to come in here.
I'm like, what?
It's been like 3 or 4 streams.
I haven't even watched. Yeah, I haven't even watched them the last few days. They're boring. We've moved on.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Blonde PT, and there's no ill will for you being here, but the last time we really spoke on those 2, I think it was about sin, and I mean, whatever they got going on is, I don't know, but we kind of got a lot of information. So
I don't have like any intention of repeating it, but a lot of shit makes sense now, and that's all I'm going to say. And I'm not going to repeat it because I'm just not going to do it. But a lot of things started to make sense.
The way they act, why they do the things they do. We got good information, and that's all there is. We're not the people that are going to say, oh, we talked to this person, they told us this. It just makes sense.
Absolutely. Stitchie's like, why can't people just have fun on here?
Well, we were going to talk about that.
I'm looking at Prince. Okay. Sean, what would happen if somebody mailed somebody's ashes through the U.S. Postal Service and got caught? They do.
You can
mail ashes.
You can mail cremated remains, for sure.
There's like a funeral home next door that mails them.
So when they bring cremated remains, I probably once a month, I personally, what's the word? I prepare. I prepare the packaging for cremated remains. And so what that is in the postal office is you mark it on the outside cremated remains. It's got to be a double boxed, meaning normally when they bring cremated remains, they're in an urn or something else already. So we have to put it in a box, secure that box, and put it in another box. We have to double box it, and it has to be express. You can't send it like ground.
It does have to be express.
It is express. As a matter of fact, I took a picture here. I'm funny because just the other day there was cremated remains. It was on Friday, and they tried to deliver the cremated remains to the people, and they didn't take them, or they weren't there. So when I came in, and I don't want to show it because you can't see the names, but I'll show Mandi. So when I came into work, this was sitting there,
and it was denied or whatever.
Yeah. So when you try to do an express and they're not there, you leave them that little pink slip, and then you put it in a certain area.
Yes.
So and cremated remains they've got to go express. So when you're talking about an urn with a couple of, normally the ashes are, I'll tell you a story too. Couple pounds, and you put them in an urn that way. So whenever you get done, you've got about a 12 by 12 box. And that going express is about $150 to do.
Wow.
So, but yes, there are people that have come in and they just have a box or whatever, and they want to mail it a certain way. And I start getting the information, I start looking, and then I say to them, "Are these cremated remains?" And they're like, "Well, yeah." And I said, and they just were going to, didn't tell me.
You're like,
and we're
you
just
can
going to
mail
ship
them,
them
we just have
ground.
to know.
And but then once I know, then I can't do it. But I'm sure somebody's come up with the with cremated remains before and just didn't tell me because they can't afford the $150. So for like $10.50, they can send it ground. So I'm sure that's happened. It's not supposed to. If I know, and I wouldn't. I mean, just out of ethics, I wouldn't.
Sometimes too,
You know?
the funeral home, like if someone is getting half the ashes and then let's say their sister's getting the other half, the funeral home will divide the ashes and
This
bring
is
them
the
in.
story.
And
So,
then, okay.
he comes in one time, the funeral director who was right next door. So he comes in, or one of his sons comes in. It's a family run business. But one time the head guy came in. I won't use any names, and he's got two sets of cremated remains, and he had 2 addresses and this and that, 2 different names. So he was talking to someone else, and I finally got his attention, and I said, "Which paperwork goes to which?" And he said, "Oh, it doesn't matter." And like he said, you can just label each one however you want, which I was like shocked because I was like, do you, so I could just label this one, and what if it's not the right box? He says, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. It's all ashes. And he got me worked up pretty good because I didn't know what to say. What he didn't tell me is both the boxes were family members and it was same ashes. So that's why it
He
didn't
was
matter.
new too when it.
I was brand new. So I was like borderline pissed for a second. But anyway, that was a joke.
Okay, so Blonde PT says, just asking with respect, but y'all have a lot to say about that situation. Just would like to hear your view on the whole situation. Well, specifically about Sin and Randy and Wendy. Randy publicly executed her
it begins
really
and ends
good
with that.
friend Sin over some bullshit.
Right.
And it happens a lot with her, but this one in particular was shocking because they have been friends for
For a
so
long
long.
time.
Wendy has not a damn thing to do
doesn't have
with
anything
their
to do with
friendship.
it.
Matter of fact, you always hear the same thing. Well, I liked Randy, but I don't like Wendy. I think she's this. But Wendy will insert herself into every single beef that Randy has.
See, it's pretty obvious that Randy can't really do what she does without Wendy on. And in this situation, 2 things. Mandy said the first one is the way they treated Sin. It doesn't matter that why or how their friendship ended. The way she publicly got online and did what she did. That's number one. The second thing is Wendy's actions through the whole thing. She has nothing to do with Randy and Sin's friendship. Nothing. And she's the one who, up to the point for the other night where Randy just wasn't into it. And so those are the 2 things. So here in this drama community, when we see stuff like that, and we decided to call it out. And, Sin had a platform with Diane, which she spoken with Diane and said her piece. Well, we were prepared to give her a platform if she wanted one. But I guess we said we didn't need to do that. Diane handled that with Sin as well as they could. That is, all the other minutia, all the facts, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Wendy's a shitster.
Yeah.
Wendy always has something to interject about any of Randy's friendships that end. Wendy has something to interject into it, and it very rarely has anything to do with her.
And you being a supporter of theirs, that's great. But they'll come online and they'll talk about whoever they want, whenever they want. And so we're going to do the same thing.
And then some of the leaked text messages revealed, oop, guess what? She does it to other people too.
I mean, you can go into my you can go into our community and look at a couple of the videos that we have on our community page from Air Boston that shows Wendy calling us out saying we don't have facts and this and that. And then it's a montage of certain quotes and stuff that were put together to prove that wrong. But the thing about proving facts is that doesn't even matter in the drama community. It's just a bunch of fuckery. So
yeah, because ultimately nobody really knows exactly what happened except the people that were in it.
Right, that's right.
But if you comment on what happened publicly, this is the forum to do it.
Yeah. So if you're going to call your friend out with how many ever people in your chat and treat her as poorly as Randy treated her, and I don't know, I've heard that there's since been apologies and stuff. We haven't watched any of that. I mean, our work was done. What we felt like we had to do, And I believe what Diane wanted to do was to put enough pressure on over there where they apologize. And apparently I heard they have. So it's fine. So it's kind of a dead deal to us. But we gained Sin as a friend. We consider her a friend now. And, you know,
Right.
she wanted her to say her piece. She got to.
Yeah, Mama Ricky, you're right. About that change that it's YouTube. Right. It's not that serious. This is YouTube, guys. So if you put your fuckery on your YouTube channel, then other people are going to talk about it. And whenever people say, well, just don't talk about me and I won't talk about you, nobody wants
Nobody
that
really
to
wants
happen.
that.
Really? Does anybody really not want to be talked about? Like, it's not that big of a thing. And yeah, I did talk to Sin several times. I think that she's very sweet. I think that she's believable. I don't much, I don't care about troll names getting caught and this and that. That has nothing to do with anything. And I'm not going to reveal what she told me. I'm not, but a lot makes sense now.
Yeah.
A lot does. Anyways, yeah, don't ever, I said hi, Black Dragonfly, I think. I want to make sure I said it out loud. Yeah, people getting worked up over YouTube. Melissa's been around for a very long time. Princess Fortunate's been around for a very long time. A bunch of you have, but those two in particular. And they've watched people cry on live streams, fall apart on live streams.
Right.
Shut their channel down after having a live stream, which, oh, by the way, everyone, it freaking lied and said that I had something to do, and then it turns out later they didn't. But I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
My point with that is I sat there and cried. I'll never, ever sit there and cry again.
Yeah, I mean,
Over YouTube.
I won't really let it. I won't. One of the things about having a couple like us living in the same house that have both been here for a while is
No worries, Bond.
we both understand the history. I was, entrenched in a different situation in the drama community, and Mandi was in her situation here in the drama community, and we got together. I know everything she knows, obviously, and she knows everything from my side, and together, we love each other and we're together. This will never be something that's going to make us go to pieces again. If it's something that's really gets to us, we'll just log off. We'll just step aside. There's a lot of people. The thing about the drama genre is there's always new people coming in. You see them now, the people that are on the scene right now that somehow they're like going after people. They say they're going to sue people. The same stuff that we were doing 3 or 4 years ago. Now, I will say, Mandi will agree that right now there's more legal stuff than we've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in, and I'm not saying this to say like it's a good thing, but I've been involved in probably a half a dozen, since where I was before to now.
Yes.
And have a pretty good grasp on how it works. But there's a lot of people that they talk shit about people, and they get on there and they think that if their echo chamber, we all have our echo chambers, we all have our little, they think that if they get on a live stream and they try to talk shit about somebody else, that it's going to stick. It's not. Half the people are in your chat just to hear the psychobabble that you have. They really don't care one way or another about the person that you're dragging. Only the people in your small circle care about it. But then what happens is when the other person launches back, the person that was dragging them, for some reason, thinks that they're being slandered and that they can sue folks. It doesn't work like that.
No. Hey, in your dreams.
A slander case in the drama community as small as ours, slander, meaning that you've lost your reputation, you've lost financial gain, all those things, you'll never be able to prove it if you have a channel with
Or some people can.
Well, they can try.
You mean it's going to cost a lot in legal
Right. So
representation.
you can do it. And that's the other thing. We don't have a ton of money, most of us. We have some. But litigation in a drama community is ridiculous. The only one that came close to even going to court was with DC and Hussey. And DC decided to give the guy, a 3-piece.
We don't have any idea. Then.
Well, but I'm saying it for drama's sake. Threw that guy a little bit of whatever, a 2-piece meal with a Coke, and he called it off, right? That's all she had to do. If she had wanted to pay a lawyer and he wanted to pay and they would stay in court, it could still be going on. The only problem I really have with that situation is now Hussey is a monster now. He thinks he's going to, sue everybody. He's going to keep doing it until someone shuts him down. So
or
that's that.
he quits getting any like encouragement. Hold on. Melissa says, hold on, I'm gonna read a few things. Princess
you,
Fortune
Jude.
and I have talked a lot about back then. We were in some hard places in our life, and then we got out of it and found happiness. Once you find true happiness, and I wanted to read what, hey Jude, what Mama Ricky said. Oh, Sean, you weren't entrenched. You were flamboozled till Mandi restored your sanity.
Yes, that's good. We need to post that.
That's what I wanted to make sure I read a few of them.
You're right about that.
The one thing I remember about Melissa, she had crosses all over her walls. She had like a really extensive cross collection or whatever, which was cool. She probably still has it. Yeah. But I remember people said dumb shit about that, and it was like, they're just her crosses. They're just her crosses. You know what I mean?
But you're right. You know, once you find your way.
I have stitching. I trolled with stitching one day. Go ahead.
Once you find your way, was it Princess? It was Melissa that said it, right?
Yes.
Yep. When we got out of it and found happiness, yeah. I mean, Mandi and I come back. We've been live a lot in the last couple weeks because there's been some people that have reached out for a couple of different things, you know, like rogue mods or whatever. And we're happy to help with that. And, you know, if something happens where we feel like we're going too far down the rabbit hole with whatever situation, we'll just back off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's the main thing. And as far as you're going to revisit I'm going to just say this about the picture that was doxed.
Yeah, okay.
I was presented with a set of screenshots, right? And I'm going to just say this and I'm going to move on. In which Anna Nicole said that her daughter with the name was doxed. The message is to anyone who doxes kids, of age or otherwise, it's not cool. It doesn't. Now, with that, I gracefully bow out of that whole situation. That whole group right there, I'm just bailing out of it.
Yep. One little tip for any YouTuber that comes into a drama community, if you want to, maybe for your little group of people, but if you put dox people and this and that, especially if it's the children of another YouTuber that's in this community, it is the number one way for everybody else in the community to say you're a piece of shit. That's it. I mean, it's you're. And we're not saying this person did it or this person did it. We are saying right here, because we are like OGs or whatever, if you doxed someone else's kid in the name of drama because you can't figure out any other way to stream about it, then you're a piece of shit for that. If you didn't, then don't worry about it. If you have to respond and lose your mind about it and come into people's chats and talk about it, it also looks a lot like there's a lot being said that's true about you.
And like 5 years ago, I participated in a panel, which that was done. If I had to do it over again, I wouldn't do it over again.
Right.
And it's just, that's just the way that it is. Beyond that, I don't know about that's the message.
That's it. And so that's two things. One about the doxing, don't do it. And if you didn't do it and someone suggests that you did do it, just be quiet about it. You know, that's the best way to prove your innocence, is just not to address it. And if you get called a thief and you're not a thief, then you don't have to defend that you're a thief.
Right.
You know, it's whatever.
It's not worth like the battle of it anymore. I just am like, all of that, I don't know.
And the other thing is don't go around saying you're going to, the other thing is don't go around saying you're going to sue everybody, because you're not. You're not. That's the two things. You're not going to sue anybody. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to sue anybody because they said if you did this, or that's not slander. You're not going to sue them. And you know, trust me on that. I've been sued, and the judge said he didn't slander you. He didn't abuse you. You know, I've been in that situation where he said you have to prove certain things. I'm not going to prove it in a drama community.
Yeah,
you're not.
It's not. And also, if you participate in talking in the drama community, there is a whole lot of leeway that they don't consider it slander if y'all are both participating in it.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Am I right? But having said that, I guess people borderline on saying things that do get them into legal trouble. I feel like we don't do that.
No.
I don't.
I mean, Mandi was never in trouble with anything
It's
like
shit
that till
talking.
she got with me. We had to go to court, 3 years ago or so. 3 years now, 4 years
it?
ago.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna
Mandi
say.
was sick the whole time because, I'm in there like, I'm in court again, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at her and I said, what's the matter? She goes, I don't do this shit.
Oh, wow.
I don't go to court,
Mama Bear and Rebecca were on TikTok. They popped up and they went and found themselves a life. Rebecca is in love and has a longtime boyfriend. Very cool.
Nice.
Remember when that was going on? That was another troll that came in that took over Mama Bear was a troll.
She was a big troll.
Yeah.
And to the point where she got some people to lose their mind and go real life on her. And it made the people that went real life on her look horrible.
Yeah. Nobody should get you that upset.
I know. Nobody should get upset. Mama Bear's
It's YouTube. Right. It's YouTube.
Yep.
And it's the drama community.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, the real life stuff is just fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy each other with words. But the real life stuff is just fucking bullshit. What is that? Oh, that's.
I think we're always going to have people that come into the community.
Yeah, don't say Mama Bear.
They have this little surge. How many of you guys have done live streams or done vlogs? And for a hot minute, you think you're going to be a YouTuber, right? And you're going to everyone's going to love what you say. And you think that everybody, that the 2 billion people that are on YouTube hear what you're saying, other than the 100 that are in your chat or the 300 that are in your chat. And, you get a few super chats and maybe people, and then all of a sudden you think, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to be a YouTuber. And then some people find out sooner than others that you're not going to be a YouTuber. Go out and get a fucking job if you can, and then do YouTube part-time. It's much more fun. If you don't have the pressure of having to make money and you don't have the pressure of holy shit, rent's due, unless you're like somebody over there that just doesn't pay rent. It's pretty interesting to watch someone hop from place to place and never dry beg for money. And then when she gets some money, they go and get Botox and they buy broken gym stuff. I mean, that's kind of fun to watch, right? But not for that person. After a while, you're like, I mean, Mandi and I, we tune in and we watch Glenda Sully all the time. I like watching her. And she has been around doing this for 15 years or so?
Another troll.
She's late 60s probably?
Yeah.
And she's just an amazing troll. People hate her.
And she's got a group of haters.
Yeah, she's got a group of haters. Whatever, she ignores them.
I call it old ladies dragging old ladies because that's what it was.
Yep.
But what I like is the today she did a vlog. I didn't even show you this. It was called Overcoming Adversity.
This is Glenda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's coming down the stairs because, to get to her apartment, you come in one of those outside doors and go upstairs. But there's, you know what I'm talking about? There's nothing down there. It's just a hallway that takes you upstairs. It's like a New York thing. Anyways, so she's coming down the stairs, right? She's got a camera at the end of the stairs and she's coming down. She's got a cane and she's like, hello, everybody. Bitch, you went down there and turned that camera on before you took your ass back up the stairs.
It took you 5 minutes to crawl up the stairs. You probably
to do this whole song and dance.
Turn it off and run down.
She does that all the time. She'll come in there and she'll be walking in there and be like, "Oh, hey guys, I'm so sick." It's like you turned the camera on and went back to your bedroom and then walked out of your bed.
And it was 2 or 3 takes before she got the one that she wanted.
Right.
To be right.
Right.
But I mean, what I'm saying is it's so much funner if you don't have any financial expectation or
yoga.
Or you don't expect your message to be heard by people outside of who's watching you. Then it's fun. Then it gets pretty fun.
Jude said, "Don't forget about the food money she blows.
Yes.
She's always begging. The beast. Not Glenda Sully begs for food too.
She does. And there's enough people that see it, watch it, are amused by it, and then go out the other turnstile while there's new people that come in. And I think the biggest thing about the drama community itself is nobody would ever allow any other channel to have a come up. They wouldn't. All we did was fight with each other and this and that to the point that we just crushed everyone. We crushed each other's channels to the point where
Paula.
But anyway, there's that.
It says YouTube is pin money for people who are stable in life. Hey, Chris, and the thing with when you look at the people who have like made it, and even the ones that took off, like Christina Randall took off very fast. She does like
She's got
true
an
crime,
amazing channel,
and
though.
she literally, I would say, got 2 million subs in 6 months, something like that, something crazy like that. But she'll say, I spend 9 hours editing every day. I spend an hour and a half getting ready every morning so that I can film my stuff. She was like, and there's lots of times she goes, you'll get through editing this whole thing and something will crash and you'll lose all the footage. So you don't have a vlog for the whatever she does, two a week or something, and you have nothing, and you have to start again, or the camera. I've heard of this lots of times. The camera won't be recording, so you'll see a creator go, "I just did this whole thing and it didn't record." Yeah, but yeah, they say it's a desk job. You spend 8 hours editing.
It is nothing that is going to be worth it, where you make real, serious money, is going to be something you don't have to work at.
Right.
I mean, you have to work at it. And we watched her. We watched Christina Randall.
Y'all are cracking me up.
When you look at her bio, she is a...
yes.
She's... How old do you think she is? Early 30s now?
Christina Randall?
Yeah.
I'd say she's pushing 40, but yeah.
Yeah. Pretty well put together. Good-looking gal that's got a criminal past. So it's intriguing. Because she started, by doing, like, prison vlogs and stuff. Not in prison, but talking about life into it. And then she extended. So she's got that gotcha right off the bat when you read the bio. You see this picture of this gal.
Yes,
and
Karen.
so then you watch her, and then she's really good. She's really good at what she does.
And she done Black Bigelow, who's also Lamont at Large, for a while was trying to troll her, making things saying she was hot and he wanted to date her.
Melissa said, I'd rather dig ditches, right?
She served him with the whole like legal paperwork, and he went live and he's like, "Show me what we're talking about or no more." Do y'all know Lamont at Large? The other thing is the Black Bigelow. Black
Bigelow and Lamont at Large. He does 2 different channels. Sometimes he does like he's pretty interesting. Like he'll visit cemeteries and stuff, and like he'll find out about somebody in their life, and then he'll go to like their grave or whatever and talk about it, or if there was like a homicide or something. But then he's got another channel, Black Bigelow, where he's just trolls the whole time.
Yeah, I'm going to show, someone was talking about the suspicious jump in views and subs like that. So, oh shoot, hold on. You see how I had that all pulled up without going into...
See?
Okay, so these are the live streams from recently.
Right.
Well, hold on. So, recently, here we go. So previously, you were talking 115,000, 13,000, 4, and then all of a sudden we're back down to...
Can't even get 1,000.
So is that buying views?
Yeah, someone's doing it. I can't see... I don't know what this stuff costs. I don't know what buying views cost. Buying 100,000 has to cost a little bit of money.
I don't... Yeah.
But
everyone is kind of like, if you don't... keep those types of numbers, then something is amiss. Something is wrong in the...
if you look up buying views or buying subs...
Nice, Clancy.
It's not illegal to do that. But the terms of service, they don't want you to do that.
And it's not smart.
It's not smart because you'll screw up your algorithm.
Right.
You'll screw up and, you'll screw everything up. And then, but so we've seen situations where other people will buy subs for people, right? They'll buy subs for them and then try to accuse them of it or get them in trouble for it. YouTube's not worried about channels with 10,000 subs and somebody that doesn't like them went out and bought 500
because they won't have the watch time that they need.
Yeah, so no, it's not illegal to do it, but it's against terms of service. Now, we knew that one girl.
Yes.
What was that one girl whose mom bought her like 1 million subs?
Oh, so there was an Instagram personality name. God, what was her name? Lily Jean.
Lily Jean. She's still out there.
She had a decent following, but not 2 million on Instagram. She like photoshopped going to the Met Gala, all different kinds of things. There's some exposés on it. And it turned out they were all purchased. She would argue with herself. She had a whole bunch of stock accounts. Her mom had some, and they would argue with her. And it turned out it was all
her mother doing it, right?
Yeah.
But how did she get found out, though? Did they finally bust that down, or
it had something to do. I'll have to try to post the thing of it. Some of you might know that they started some of the things that she was talking about. Someone caught on that the Met Gala photo was photoshopped.
right?
And that she put, like, you could tell the bush was off, and then they just started investigating or whatever. Before that, everybody just thought she was an influencer. She did get to go to all these events.
But didn't she get like demonetized and all
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. See, those are the ones that they'll go after. But so like,
yeah, she's a weirdo, right, Paula?
Yep. But so like what Mandi was talking about, so you got that one over there that vlogs like 6 hours a day, does like whatever. How many, like 5 or 6 different vlogs a day or whatever?
For the Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
So you'll see, I guess I saw one that's had 100,000 views, and then 2 hours later, it got 800 views. So you can obviously see it's got to cost more to do that, what they're actually making.
Paula said it's about $1 100 views.
So 10 for 1,000, so $100 for 100,000.
Right.
So
that's a lot of money.
Then this person comes back and does a couple other vlogs and has like 1,000 views. They've lost money. They're not making any money.
You're getting intoxicated off the number of views, but you're not making any money.
No, you might think no. She might have someone out there that's doing them. I mean, I don't know.
She's probably trading that ass for views or something like.
Or maybe, or because I just don't. I don't see her dumping that kind of money into it.
No, that's why I said she might be doing a little private convo or something.
It just doesn't make sense. But someone with a mind like that doesn't understand that.
I'm not sure his brother Logan started out as kids on YouTube and now they're. Yes, I have heard of them. I'm trying to make sure that I catch all of your comments because I feel like sometimes I miss people that are saying a lot. What is my parents' video? Yeah, so that was my question. I'd been wanting to ask you about that. Look at that, because he's a numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy.
And I was like, look at these, and it's like, and once you see it, it's pretty easy to be like, yeah, there's no way. H3N3, that real popular thing, when they end a live stream, they have 150,000 views.
Yeah.
So there's no way.
That's the one that Trisha Paytas was part of for a while, right?
Yeah, for a while.
So when they do a live stream, they've got like 5,000 in the chat, right? Or something
like that.
Crazy like that.
She married. They were so mean to her. The H3N3, Gila and Ethan, that she got even by. She said, "I'm gonna screw your brother." And not only did she go screw her brother, she married her brother, and is on her second baby.
Yeah.
She said it flat out. She goes, "I'm gonna screw his brother."
I'm gonna screw his brother.
Her brother.
Or her brother, and did. I mean, you want to talk about, and then married him.
Married him.
Now, they did their honeymoon in the Maldives. Was it the Maldives?
Yeah.
And where they were underground, and it was something crazy, like what, 40,000 a night or something like that.
Something like that.
Now, I would love to do something where I'm underground, and like their bed when they were laying in their hotel room, it's the ocean.
Oh wow.
But I don't know if it would be worth. I think it was even more than 4. It was some crazy amount of money.
We would have to have like Elon Musk money to do that.
I mean,
even if we were like millionaires, I'd be like, no, I don't want to pay that.
I would love to have one night where I laid in a hotel room with you, and it was just the ocean all around us. But that is like really stupid money.
And
she said it broke them, didn't it?
It broke them. She said that she's pretty honest about stuff. That after the wedding and just her overspending, not realizing that the YouTube bubble would eventually burst, she got herself into a tremendous amount of debt. Hey, Andy.
So what is her husband's name is what's her husband's name?
Moses.
So Moses is an artist, and I think when you look up his net worth, he makes like a couple $100,000 a year. But a couple $100,000 a year in LA isn't like a couple $100,000 in Dawsonville, Georgia. And so
oh wow,
that's what he's an artist, but he married a gal that was the number one OnlyFans. It was OnlyFans that it was like $5. It was like a $5
she was
subscription.
The top
or
1% or something.
Yeah, so I think she was number one for a while, and she was getting like $5 a membership, and she was making millions, for a little while. And then she married, there's the problem. You've got this girlfriend that you're going to marry that's making millions, fucking on OnlyFans.
At least she got decent money for it.
Yeah, she
I
did.
mean, she wasn't like a low-level, grainy sort of OnlyFans
But she did. But it wasn't
star.
like she had to pay. Like people were
Guam would
paying
be
like
nice.
100 or whatever. It was like $5 or $10, and she had like, I don't know, 100,000 people, something crazy, or 200,000. It was. But then, how do you settle down if you don't put that money away? And you're living like she's living, it's gone.
She still apparently does OnlyFans, but not what she used to do. Andy's here. He said hello. He's popping to say hello. Circuit event next week. Looking for the bracelet.
Oh, my cousin's a poker player.
Oh, I thought he meant like a marathon or something.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Andy. I think this is right, and I know it was definitely top 100, but I think that my cousin finished like in the top 60 or so in the Borgata one year, which is a major event in Atlantic City. I think that's right. I'm not trying to misrepresent because I don't know what your best event was or what your best place was. I know that's a huge event, and you were in the top 100, I think.
Me too. And I want to watch Sean play poker. That's the only that you keep that in the back of your mind that I said I thought it would be sexy to watch him play poker. So now he's like, we're gonna go someplace.
But
maybe not with family though, Andy. It might have to be like at a casino or whatever. Peanut. You know what I mean?
Peanut says Peanut. She's like, you two guys are so nice from the UK. Glad you're here.
We're glad that you're here. We're harmless. Unless you mess with our chicken.
Loretta said, hey, good news. Spill it, Loretta.
She might be.
Or just responding to somebody.
I don't know. The one at the top says, oh, good news. I think Boho, that's the name, got her. He had very little views yesterday, and today she did. Maybe her bubble has burst. I just can't. If I paid, I don't even like to lose a scratch off ticket. If I paid $100 and something and it was like, oh, wow, we got this. I'd be like, what are we going to make off of it? And you're like, you make like a penny a view or something, or something like that. You know what I mean?
So Yoga says you got that poker face.
Yay.
Okay, I'll tell you about my poker career. My cousin there is kind of like a semi-pro at it. He's good. So what I did is I was playing some online poker, and then I would go to Foxwoods, and I would go down to the poker tables down there. I would like not go down there until like midnight or 1, right? And a lot of people down there are hammered. And I would go down there to the 1-2 tables, and your buy-in can't be more than $300. So I'd sit down, and about half the time, after a few hours, I could leave with more than I started with. And then a few times, I would sit down with 300 and leave with like 1,200.
Really?
Yeah, a couple of times. But what it does to you, and it's just a 1-2 table, is it'd be like some drunk guy would sit down, talking about he's warming up for whatever, and then you can take his money. And then I would jump up to 2-5 tables, and I got pretty good. Then I tried my first couple little tournaments, these little turbo tournaments, and these fuckers had me out the door in about 20 minutes.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can get to the point where you think you're good enough until you get to the next level, and you just get the shit beat out of you. And it's one of those things, and I think Andy will agree, you have got to pay to learn. You've got to learn. You've got to keep grinding and keep doing it. And it costs a lot of money to get good at it.
But you got good at it.
Well, according to who? I mean, I could sit down and have fun on a Saturday night, but I wasn't winning tournaments. I wasn't,
I know. It would be incredibly sexy. Hey, because Stitching said that Randy and Wendy were live, so I went to look. Who are they talking about? I know it's not us. We're not that important. Who is sick and depraved? Tell me.
Half the people on here.
Well, but beyond that, enlighten us, because I'm curious. We don't snipe. It's just that's just not what we do. But I would like to know who they're talking about before we head off.
Everybody's live.
I can't find. You know what? I am not very good. Okay, I got it. I love you.
You love me? Mm-hmm. I love you.
I was thinking, now the whole world knows it. No, I was thinking about that because we were talking about watching you play poker, and it was going around in my mind, so I had to recategorize it into something else.
I've never had anybody really watch me. And I would go down and
well, I don't even know how it works. So,
well, what I like
Sarah.
to do is I like to sit at a table where behind me is the TV's on, with like sports on. So I'd watch the TV. So the glare from the TV is in my eyes and all that, so people can't tell. That's what I do. I watch the TV as I'm playing the cards and watch the, because the lights from the TV will reflect.
But so like Andy knows what to look for in people's eyes.
Have you ever seen when I get some, Andy, one of these days you're going to have to give us some stills and some footage. I've seen it on Facebook. I mean, the dude's got shade. He'll put his shades on and he's got his hood like this. And
oh, I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
Oh yeah.
My favorite person to watch live. That is a good question. If I can catch them live, to be totally honest, it's probably German lady, but she's not live very often. Whether you agree with her or not, it's an interesting. Oh,
you're talking about drama?
Alice Dark is up there.
Alice
that one's pretty up there. Sean even will kind of tune in.
Like, I think Alice,
I can't figure out if it's a shtick or if it's real because she's immaculately made up.
If you just look at what she looks like, it's nothing about.
Let me see if I can find a picture to show
her. She doesn't sound like she looks. When you look at the pictures of her, you would think that she would have some kind of accent, or she would be like
this is what
creepy.
This is what she looks like on one of her things. Okay, so she's got this. That's her backdrop of her house. I think she's extremely pretty, and this is another one of them. So it's Alice Dark, spelled Darque. She believes that she's a targeted person. She thinks that, I can't remember who all she thinks is like after her, but I'm also not positive she believes that. I think that it might be.
She's a huge conspiracy theorist, and she'll just be talking about her life, and a matter of factly, talk about stuff that are conspiracies and how it's affected her, and how she's defended herself against these different conspiracies and stuff.
She hates Elon Musk. She thinks he's the epitome. And it's like, Alice, no offense, but he ain't worried about what you think of him.
Yeah.
Did you know that Elon Musk has 9 illegitimate children?
Well,
that's what I said, but like 7 to 9. I heard today they were talking about it. Like he's got
he doesn't. I guess if you have $200 billion or whatever, you can be a little irresponsible, I guess. I
think he doesn't care about how
he does. Like he doesn't support them.
Christina Applegate. Absolutely. Of course he does.
Yeah. Well,
and I think it's just a matter of. I don't think he's against whoever he's with having his baby, but most time, they're people that no man would complain to have a baby with. Except Amber Heard. I don't think that one she has is not his.
Well, she said it was though, right? Or didn't she? Or they just dated for a while?
I'm not sure, but her daughter is
bad as hell. I'm telling
you,
you've got a super narcissist like Amber Heard. Even had Elon Musk on the hook for a while. So she's Elon Musk and Johnny Depp and her freaking notches on her, walking stick.
Yeah, that was creepy to see.
So Andy said. The pictures. I follow you on Facebook. You said it's a business, not a game, and that's what I kind of mean. But you have to spend a lot of money to learn. And I was like sophomore-ish at it. I could beat people,
Princess.
A lot of people. But the next level, I just hadn't invested in it. I just didn't. I didn't have time or the money to do it.
Who taught you to play?
I did myself.
We
would go, I'd go to Foxwoods and just go down there. And, you go down there and it was a 40-minute drive from Rhode Island, right? For where we were, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And I could spend a lot of different, I'd spend time there. Because that's really What I was really amazed at, Andy, is that when these guys, when I sit up at night and watch these poker circuits, and you look at some of these guys that started online, and to me, it's just completely different when you're online because you're not really playing the player. You're not really playing against anybody. You've got to know the cards, you got to know the odds and stuff. But I found it really weird that somebody that started online, became so good, but it just, what do I know?
Mr. A said Elon Musk is smart. He needs hose too. He's like Tiny. Tiny's got to have his hose. Alice blocked me on YouTube. I did a community post. Man, to be blocked by Alice Dark, I would be like, I've arrived. She doesn't even pay attention to her chat most of the time. I don't type in it.
I think those people do.
You think
they
she
just,
does?
yeah. Who else do we watch? Do
Where
we
is
tune
it?
in to see? Oh, come on, who is it? There's a couple people that we watch. Well, we like that we did the extractions.
Yeah, I haven't been watching those
Yeah.
as much as
Okay.
it says you played at 10 times as many hands and you can't see anyone. It's definitely
Yeah, that's what I mean. Part of the game is you have to know the odds, right? I mean, especially if you're playing in like some turbo thing, and you got to know, and that's where like I can sit there and look at things and kind of on a screen. I played a lot of that. What was it called? Like chrome poker. They don't have it anymore. It was like a metal, and you bet with real money. You played in like you pay like $5 to get in or $10 into a game. And but then when you go to Foxwoods, you are playing that against that player. Like you are looking at they're you're playing against that person, and you're trying to figure out, like for lack of a better term, their tells. You're trying to figure out what they're doing, their body language, and stuff like that. That's what's so amazing, and that's why people say, it's whatever, but the ones that are the very, very best players in the world are the very best for a reason, because they know when they play against somebody else what the other people have.
Is Texas Hold'em a new type? Is it poker? Is it a different type of poker? Is Texas Hold'em a different type of poker?
That's basically the style that we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not different rules though.
No, the Hold'em style is the World Series of Poker is that style. Yeah.
Have a good night, Loretta. It was good to see you. Is it tacky to ask someone what's the most they've ever walked away with?
Here it is. I mean,
like, do they announce? I won't ask him.
No, but I can tell you. I can tell. Well, if it's that tournament, then yeah, I can tell you later.
That's interesting.
Give or take.
But when people win at these tournaments, everybody knows what they walked away with.
Right.
Okay. No, I understand why he wouldn't want to.
But you hear, like, when we're talking about it, Andy doesn't just sit there and start blabbing away. Andy will blab away about certain things.
The carotid artery pulsation is a huge thing to watch. Huh. And that's this one?
I guess.
No, the carotid artery's in your neck.
Yeah.
Well, see, you said yes, and you were wrong.
Well, I think that, yeah. I would say that is, but it's some people can't see it as like other people can. Like I said, what I do is I try to position myself with the TV right in front of me, like above, there might be the dealer behind me, in front of me, or it might be wherever I'm at the table. I try to sit where there's a TV directly in front of me and I stare at it.
You know what they should do? They should have everybody's wives looking, and they'll be like, and it's like, you're like, no, he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have. You're like, stop.
But Andy, he doesn't drink, never drank.
Bridged.
Never drank, never done drugs.
Not one. He's never. You've never ever had a drink. Not one drink.
He's about the soberest person you will ever meet.
I knew he didn't drink.
And he's pretty intense when he's excited about something. He really is. But I have to admit that I target the drunk when I see it. When I see the drunk person, I go straight after him. Start baiting them, start getting them, and it's pretty easy to beat them after that.
Well, I would be broke most of the time then for that. Hey, Calypso. So the Jude was asking about bridge. I've tried to learn how to play. My mom loves playing it, and it's real popular in this part of the state. Bridge. weekly bridge games. They go to someone's house, or it's like especially like the people that I, tend to be a caregiver for. They're more in the upper echelon, and that's what they spend their time doing.
Yeah.
While, they.
He just put it, my largest public victory was for 44,000.
Wow.
So that I don't mind saying.
Is that what you were going to say?
No, it's more than what I thought.
Really?
Well, I mean, I
did you about hit the floor, Andy?
I don't know everywhere he goes. What the big tournaments that I know that he's been to, I can follow.
Good night, good news.
I would like to. Well, I can follow it online, or I can follow the pages, and I've seen him like in the top 100 for that, especially for that one.
Oh, okay. The Tiffany from Chucky is one hell of a poker player. See, that's what this is about. Y'all know such interesting tidbits, Yeah,
but Jennifer Tilley's also, a gorgeous woman. So when they sit down, that's the whole thing. I mean, it's part of it. It's part of the whole thing,
Yeah.
So
Black Dragonfly, I Am Deceased. Uno is my favorite card game.
Yay!
That is about the only one I can play. There's this drunk card game called Asshole. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of it,
Even drinking, I can't figure out how it works.
I probably only played it when I was drinking, and so I wouldn't. It's probably the only way I would know the rules. But I think that geographically
Golf.
Up in the New England area, where you have some big casinos, that's why a lot of common people like myself can go. We don't really have that here. We'd have to go to Harrah's, and last time I go
to Harrah's.
I think they only have like 5 tables, and they're certain types. When you go to like Foxwoods, when you go downstairs to the poker room, there's literally like 150 tables of all different types of games.
And you just walk up and sit down?
Yeah, you it depends on the night. You go, you get your chips, and then you wait for a table to open up. And
I'm listening.
That's the best way. That's the best way to do it, because you're playing live and you're playing in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it just takes.
And they give you free alcohol?
I
know the slot machines.
For me, I'd get a Red Bull, and you can tip the.
They give you Red Bull?
Yeah, everything's free. All the drinks are free.
Even Red Bull?
But you tip the waitress when they come by. You give them like a $5 chip or whatever.
I am playing in a World Series circuit event Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
See that's totally different than like my level.
Can audiences watch?
Well, a lot of it's on TV. A lot of times you can see it like in lobbies and stuff. I don't know when you get down to like the final tables, there's a crowd around. But how long is it? About 5 days, Andy? Like a major tournament, 4 or 5 days? If you get down to the finals.
I've played with her and her boyfriend many times in Vegas. World Series games, you run into everyone. Hey, Khaki. I'm going to have to ask Andy about my cousin who
Andy
played.
Andy would know Ace Frehley from Kiss. He's met Ace Frehley.
He
met
plays?
some few other people, like what is it? Who's the one that's got the
Khaki's got to go to bed.
The one with the Paul Newman, I think he said he's met.
Oh,
something like that. But for Andy and I mean, we're huge Kiss fans. So
and you're like,
it'd be like me running into Slash or something like that.
And you'd be like, I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you all my money.
I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, I would think that would be interesting if they had like an audience or whatever to watch it. But
But you see, Andy says, I played with her and her boyfriend many times. That's the level that Andy's at with.
That's incredible.
That's why it's not like sitting around with a bunch of people. He's better than that. He's.
Oh, no, I know.
He won't say it, but I'll say it. But, it's just a different level.
Yeah.
If I'd have kept playing for starting when I moved there in 2005, if I'd been staying up there and here 20 years later, it might be pretty good.
Well, and that's also probably how he knows that Beast is a no good, evil sack of shit, because he can see it. That's interesting. And he knew it from the beginning. That's interesting.
Yep.
That's very interesting. You ready to go?
I am ready to go. People.
We had a good time. We had a good talk.
We did.
This
was kind of a pop-up stream for us. We announced it earlier, but there's a lot of people live tonight.
Yes. And I'm going to edit chicken videos.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, man. If we just really, really paid attention to that, all these other channels we have, some of them are monetized, some of them aren't. We could do it. You just gotta. I just need to find something else to do that keeps me home more, and then we could do it together.
Maybe we could start crocheting.
Yeah.
Just a story about foxwoods. Okay, that would be cool. Maybe we should do a panel and do poker stories sometimes. You know.
I have free food and rooms there for life. Yeah, that'd be an interesting story. I know how much I had to spend there to get free rooms, not for life, but
you just have like
general.
A card that says.
No,
lifetime.
he probably had something happen to him.
No, but I mean, how do they know? They just have his name or something.
I will have to tell you guys. I have free food and rooms there for life.
Can we use your? Can we
something
use the room?
happened.
Okay.
So
we'll have to tell. I would like to, if we did a panel, to hear that story. If he can tell it. If not, then it's okay, right?
That's right.
We love you guys.
Yes. We
Thank
tried
you.
to stay out of the drama. There was a couple things we wanted to touch on. We did that.
And I thought that blonde PT, your question was very tactfully worded. Yeah. I think that's what this is all about.
Right. I mean, we could have gone a little bit deeper into it, but
we're over them.
You're that people. Mm-hmm. You're their people.
Yeah.
You listen to that and you
Thank you.
like them. That's fine.
It's totally we just drama is fleeting. You have to move along.
So when people say they want you to just stop talking about them, they don't.
They don't. Nobody wants that.
Because they're building their channels on yelling at other people and acting slick and saying that they're going to run them off of YouTube or run them off of whatever. They're not. They're just trying to get you to believe the hype.
If you do think you ran someone off, they're just under a different name.
No, but I'm saying if someone says they got their channel terminated is because that other person did something that they weren't supposed to do.
And with Katie, it was as simple as she had a strike and she went on a different channel, and you're not allowed to do that. So she went on one of her other channels. She had done some shit to get struck,
right?
But the actual termination was because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be years ago. I mean, YouTube's come up. Yeah, that
too.
That happens. YouTube used to, they don't knee jerk like they used to, and they're not gonna run in and take down a channel that has 5,000 subs because they're constantly hurting someone else's feelings or they're running around being they're making a nickel off of every one of us.
But what I will say will take your channel is if you are showing borderline nudity and talking about sexual things, and YouTube actually pays attention to the report, and you have not age restricted, that is an automatic termination. It happens several times daily. I follow one that talks about it. You got to be careful with that.
Yeah, I mean, but when people say we're going to take this person off the air, we're going to run them out of there, it just means they're going to watch them. It's just fine to do. Watch them until they do something that's, and even when people violate terms of service, they don't necessarily just take their channel away. They can warn you, they could just pass it up. But normally, when someone's channel is terminated, you can normally you can point at one thing or one or two exact things that someone reported.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Elvis, he broke terms of service. He had like a kid in the lease.
Yeah, his was, and that's what I'm talking about. When they watched that happen, they were like, "This guy's not worth it to have him. His nickel that we're making off of him is not worth it. Not worth what could have happened." But they're not gonna like run people off of YouTube because you go after somebody else. There's people that are in court, right? That we talk about court and suing people. They're in court. But that doesn't mean the terms of service was violated.
Well,
that doesn't
even Onision, he got demonetized, but I don't think they took their channel.
Right.
Absolutely. Sarah says, TT and Roger are groomers. Roger says, lie about your age in TT's chat. And TT says, get your parents' credit card for my OnlyFans. 100% absolutely said.
Onision liked her.
For a hot minute. Well, he didn't really like me. But
we slipped into your DMs, though.
Yeah. Way before it turned out he was a, he's a mess.
A lot
it was
of things.
Way long ago, like when he was still, people didn't realize how bad he was.
Right, and that's what I mean. There'll be ongoing court litigation where people are trying to prove, and sometimes like not with us because they will, get people in trouble or they'll show stuff to a judge or whatever that aren't. I mean, that doesn't. And YouTube's it's still terms of service. This doesn't matter.
Yep.
You know, it's two different things completely. Someone could get run off of YouTube and do nothing actually legally wrong, but, you know, they'll get rid of them before it gets that bad, you know, copyright stuff and things like that. So.
And then someone will take their place.
Yeah, someone will come right back along.
Thank you guys. Thank you, mods. It was great seeing everybody tonight. We had a good chat.
That wore me out. I'm ready for bed now.
I know.
You ready?
Have a good night, you guys.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.